The space station looked like a giant silver ring floating in space. Dr. He-Jin Kim pressed her face against the transport ship's window, amazed by its size. Next to her, Ta Wu Li checked their presentation files for the 10th time on his tablet. "The station is bigger than I expected," He-Jin said, adjusting her formal blue suit. The transport ship moved slowly toward one of the many docking ports that dotted the station's outer ring. A soft voice came through the ship's speakers. "Welcome to Station GC 789. Please prepare for docking procedures." He-Jin felt butterflies in her stomach. She had practiced her presentation hundreds of times, but speaking in front of alien scientists was different from speaking at Earth conferences. She looked at the small Earth flag pin on her collar and took a deep breath. The docking went smoothly. When He-Jin and Tai Wu stepped through the airlock, they found themselves in a huge arrival hall. Aliens of all shapes and sizes moved around them. Some floated, others walked on many legs, and a few rolled on wheel-like limbs. A tall, thin alien with gray skin and large eyes approached them. It wore what looked like a uniform made of shimmering material. Dr. Kim and Assistant Lee. Its translator device spoke in clear English. "I am Guide First Class Doran. I will show you to your quarters and the conference areas." As they walked through the station's wide corridors, He-Jin noticed how other aliens looked at them. Some with curiosity, others with what seemed like amusement. She heard whispers from their translator devices. "Earth representatives. Low-threat world. Primitive system." Doran led them to a large dome-shaped room. "This is the main conference hall," it explained. "Other species are setting up their presentations now. You may do the same if you wish." The hall was impressive. Floating screens showed images of various alien predators. He-Jin saw creatures that looked like giant space-swimming sharks, flying hunters with multiple wings, and beings made of what appeared to be living crystal. "Our presentation slot is tomorrow morning, correct?" Ta Wu asked, making notes on his tablet. "Yes," Doran replied. "Though as a courtesy presentation, you will have only 30 minutes instead of the standard hour." He-Jin noticed how Doran said courtesy presentation, with a slight tone of dismissal. She smiled politely and said, 30 minutes will be enough." They walked around the hall, observing other species preparations. The hunting clans of Sector 7 were showing a hologram of their world's top predator, a massive 6-legged beast that could run faster than Earth's fastest vehicles. Another species, the Crystal Collective, displayed images of silicon-based hunters that could survive in the vacuum of space. "Impressive specimens," a new voice said behind them. They turned to see the primary cataloger, the head of the regulatory collective. The alien was taller than Doran and wore complex-looking devices around its neck. "Though I must admit, we are uncertain why Earth was invited. Our records show no predatory species of significant galactic interest on your world." He-Jin kept her face neutral. "Records can be incomplete," she said simply. The primary cataloger made a sound that might have been a laugh. "Our records are extensive, Dr. Kim. We have cataloged predatory species across 12,000 worlds. Earth's predators are, how shall I put this, quaint." Tai Wu stepped forward slightly, but He-Jin touched his arm. "We look forward to sharing our research tomorrow," she said. As they continued their tour, more alien scientists approached them. Most seemed more interested in Earth's plants or weather than as predators. One floating alien, a mass of tentacles and eyes, asked if Earth's soft-bodied predators could even survive basic atmospheric pressure changes. Later that evening, in their assigned quarters, Ta Wu paced back and forth. "Did you see how they treated us? Like we're some kind of cosmic joke." He-Jin sat at the desk, reviewing their presentation slides. "Yes, I saw. And did you notice something else?" Not one of them asked about multiple predator species. Each world seems to focus on just one or two top predators. "You're right," Ta Wu said, stopping his pacing. "They all showed single apex predators. No one talked about predator diversity or ecosystem complexity. The Jinn clicked through their presentation slides. Images of Earth's predators flashed by. Wolves hunting in packs, eagles swooping from the sky, killer whales working together to hunt seals, spiders spinning webs, and many more. "Tomorrow will be interesting," she said with a small smile. That night, they attended the conference's opening ceremony. The main hall was filled with representatives from hundreds of worlds. Floating lights changed colors slowly above them, and strange alien music played softly in the background. The primary cataloger gave a long speech about the importance of understanding predatory species for galactic safety. Jin listened carefully as the alien described their classification system. Worlds were ranked from level 1, no significant predators, to level 15, world-destroying apex predators. Earth was currently ranked as level 3. During the dinner that followed, Jin and Taiwu sat at a table with scientists from 5 other worlds. The alien from the Crystal Collective, who introduced itself as core researcher, turned its crystalline body toward them. "We heard Earth has something called lions," core researcher said. "Our data suggests they are small pack hunters with limited intelligence. How do they compare to the crystal stalkers of our world?" Before Jin could answer, another alien joined in. "Yes, tell us about these lions. Do they at least have energy projection abilities, acid blood, psychic hunting skills?" Jin took a sip of water. "Lions are impressive hunters," she said carefully, "but they're only one small part of Earth's predator story." The aliens seemed disappointed by this answer and soon turned to discussing their own world's hunters. Jin caught Ta Wu's eye and nodded slightly. They had expected this reaction. Tomorrow, they would show these aliens exactly why assuming anything about Earth's predators was a mistake. As they walked back to their quarters that night, the station's artificial day cycle was switching to night mode. The corridor lights dimmed, creating an almost sunset-like effect. "Everything is ready for tomorrow," Ta Wu said, checking his tablet one last time. Jin nodded. "Yes, I think it's time to show the galaxy what a real predator world looks like." They reached their quarters and prepared for sleep. Through their window, they could see the stars and the curve of a nearby gas giant. Tomorrow would change how the galaxy saw Earth. Jin thought about all the predators from their world, from the smallest parasitic wasp to the most sophisticated human hunter. The aliens had no idea what was coming. The primary cataloger's words echoed in her mind. "Earth's predators are quaint." Jin smiled as she drifted off to sleep. Tomorrow would be anything but quaint. The morning of their presentation arrived quickly. Jin stood at the center of the main conference hall, looking at the gathered alien scientists. The floating lights had been dimmed, and all eyes were focused on her. Taiwu sat at the control panel, ready to manage their presentation slides. The primary cataloger's voice echoed through the hall. "We now welcome the Earth delegation for their brief presentation on their world's predatory life forms." A few quiet laughs came from the audience. Jin smiled and began speaking clearly into her translator device. "Thank you, primary cataloger. Let's start with what you all expect to see." She nodded to Tawu, who brought up the first image, a lion hunting on the African savanna. "Yes, this is a lion, one of Earth's land predators," Jin said. She noticed several aliens settling back in their seats, looking bored. "But let me ask you something. Why do you all focus on single apex predators?" The question caught their attention. The primary cataloger shifted in its seat. "Because apex predators define a world's threat level. This is basic science. On most worlds, perhaps," Jin said. "But Earth is different." "Taiwu, show them why." The screen changed to show a split view of Earth's various environments: oceans, forests, deserts, Arctic regions, and more. Earth doesn't have one type of apex predator. We have many, and they've evolved for every environment on our world. She pointed to the ocean section. Let's start with our oceans. The screen filled with footage of a great white shark hunting. This predator can detect a single drop of blood in hundreds of gallons of water. But it's not even our most efficient ocean hunter. The image changed to show killer whales working as a team, creating waves to knock seals off ice floes. These hunters use complex strategies and teach them to their young. They can even beach themselves temporarily to catch prey on land. Murmurs spread through the audience. Hejin continued, but we're just getting started. Tawu, show them the small hunters. The screen displayed microscopic footage of a tardigrade. This creature can survive in space, in volcanoes, in the deepest ocean. It hunts other microscopic life. She paused as the aliens leaned forward in their seats, and we have millions of species like this. Next came footage of a spider spinning its web. This hunter creates traps from protein strands stronger than steel, pound for pound. The screen showed various spiders, scorpions, and other arachnids. These exist on every continent of our world. The primary cataloger stood up. This is unexpected. Your world has evolved predators at every scale. Yes, Hejin replied. But we haven't even reached the interesting part yet. She nodded to Tawu again. The screen showed wolves hunting in packs, eagles swooping from above, crocodiles ambushing at water's edge, and bears fishing in streams. Every one of these species developed different hunting strategies, she explained. Pack hunting, aerial attacks, ambush tactics, tool use. The footage showed otters using rocks to crack shells, octopuses solving puzzles to reach prey, and dolphins herding fish into tight balls. The alien scientists were now completely silent, their earlier amusement gone. Hejin could see them taking notes frantically. But here's what makes Earth truly unique, she continued. Our predators adapted to every new situation. When the environment changed, they changed. When prey evolved defenses, predators evolved better attacks. This has been happening for millions of years. The screen showed a sequence of prehistoric predators: saber-toothed cats, giant eagles, massive marine reptiles. These aren't even our current predators. These are extinct species that were replaced by even more efficient hunters. A crystal collective scientist raised its crystalline form. This is impossible. No world could maintain such diverse predatory evolution. The energy requirements alone. Hejin interrupted politely. That's what makes Earth special. Our world didn't produce just one apex predator. It produced an entire web of them, all competing, all evolving, all becoming more efficient. She paused for effect. And then it produced us. The final sequence of images began playing. It showed early humans hunting with spears, then bows, then more advanced weapons. It showed humans hunting in every environment on Earth: deserts, Arctic wastes, deep jungles, open plains. Humans evolved in this environment of constant predation. Hejin explained. We weren't the strongest, or the fastest, or the largest. But we had something else. The screen showed humans making tools, building shelters, creating complex hunting strategies. We could adapt to any environment, use any hunting strategy. Pack hunting like wolves. We did that. Ambush hunting like big cats. We did that. Setting traps like spiders. We did that too. We took every successful hunting strategy that evolved on Earth and learned to use them all. The primary cataloger's translator device made a strange sound. You, your species, learned from other predators. Yes, Hejin said. And we improved on their techniques. We studied them, learned from them, and became more efficient hunters than any of them. The screen showed modern humans using technology to track and study animals, to understand migration patterns, to monitor entire ecosystems. Your classification system ranks worlds based on their most dangerous predator. Hejin continued. But how do you rank a world where predation evolved at every level? Where hunting strategies became so complex that they produced a species that could combine all of them? The hall erupted in chaos. Aliens were speaking all at once, their translator devices creating a jumble of voices. Some were standing, others were rapidly entering data into their devices. The primary cataloger was trying to restore order without success. He-Jin raised her voice slightly. And one more thing. The room gradually quieted. Everything I've shown you, it's just from one planet. Earth has only one large moon and one yellow star. Imagine what other predator worlds might exist in the galaxy that you haven't properly studied yet. The effect was immediate. The primary cataloger's assistants began rapid calculations. Security officers moved closer to the stage. Scientists from different worlds formed immediate discussion groups. Taiwu joined He-Jin on stage. "I think we made our point," he whispered. He-Jin nodded, watching the chaos with satisfaction. "Yes, I think we did. Though I suspect their classification system is about to need some major updates." The primary cataloger finally restored order by activating a soft tone through the hall's speaker system. It approached He-Jin, its earlier condescension completely gone. "Dr. Kim, we would like to extend your presentation time. There are many questions we need to ask." He-Jin looked at the time display. Their 30-minute courtesy presentation had already lasted an hour. "Of course," she said. "Where would you like to begin? We haven't even started discussing our deep-sea predators yet." The hall filled with excited murmurs again. The primary cataloger looked at its data displays, then at He-Jin. "Perhaps," it said slowly, "we should start by redefining what we mean by a predator world." As He-Jin prepared to continue her presentation, she caught glimpses of messages being sent rapidly from the station. She knew that across the galaxy, alien species were about to learn that they had severely underestimated not just Earth's predators, but the very nature of predation itself. And somewhere in the back of her mind, she wondered what other surprises Earth might have for the galaxy in the future. The next morning, the space station felt completely different. As He-Jin walked through the corridors with Taiwu, alien scientists stopped to watch them pass. The whispers were different now, no longer dismissive, but filled with curiosity and respect. "Dr. Kim," a voice called out. They turned to see Dr. Sun Ho-Baek, another human scientist who had been attending different conference sessions. He hurried toward them, holding his tablet. "Your presentation yesterday. It's all anyone can talk about. The Galactic news networks are calling it the Earth Revelation." He-Jin smiled. "I didn't expect it to spread so quickly." "Quickly?" Sun Ho laughed. "The primary cataloger was up all night with its team. They're completely rewriting their classification system. But that's not why I came looking for you. The Crystal Collective wants to meet with us. All of us." They followed Sun Ho to one of the station's meeting rooms. Inside, several crystalline beings waited, their forms catching the light and creating rainbow patterns on the walls. The one in the center stepped forward. "Dr. Kim, we have been discussing your presentation all night," the crystal researcher said through its translator. "We have a proposal. We want to send a scientific team to Earth to study your predators firsthand." Taiwu looked concerned. "That might be dangerous for your team." The crystal beings made a sound like tinkling bells, their version of laughter. "Yesterday, we learned that your world has microscopic predators that could survive in our crystal matrices. Predators that hunt in 3 dimensions, like our space-dwelling hunters. Your world has more in common with ours than we imagined." Before He-Jin could respond, more aliens entered the room. The primary cataloger led them, its devices now showing complex new holographic displays. "Dr. Kim," it said, "we have created a new classification. Earth is now designated as the first known multi-domain predatory world. We need your help to establish the criteria for this category." He-Jin looked at the new displays. They showed Earth's ecosystems mapped in ways she had never seen before, with predator relationships highlighted across different scales and environments. "There's more," the primary cataloger continued. "We have received 67 requests from different worlds for scientific exchange programs. They all want to learn from Earth's predator diversity. A tall, floating alien moved forward. Its tentacles held multiple data screens. The Observation Council is particularly interested in your birds of prey. The concept of aerial hunters that can spot tiny movement from high altitudes. It could revolutionize our search and rescue operations. Another alien, this one covered in iridescent scales, spoke up. And your sharks. Their ability to detect electrical signals could improve our deep space navigation systems. The meeting room continued to fill with representatives from different worlds. Each had questions, proposals, and ideas for collaboration. He-Jin, Sun-Ho, and Ta-Wu found themselves at the center of an impromptu scientific conference. "Please," He-Jin said, raising her hands for quiet. "We're happy to collaborate, but we need to do this carefully. Earth's predators are not just biological machines we can study. They're part of complex ecosystems." The primary cataloger nodded. "Yes, this is exactly why we need your help. Your world doesn't just have predators. It has predator systems, networks of hunters and prey that have evolved together for millions of years." Sun-Ho stepped forward. "If I may suggest, we could start with a comprehensive database. Share information about our predator species in a way that helps other worlds understand their ecological contexts." The aliens quickly agreed to this idea. Workstations were set up around the room, and soon teams of scientists from different worlds were organizing the largest xenobiological database ever created. As the day progressed, He-Jin noticed something interesting. The aliens weren't just asking about the large, obvious predators anymore. They wanted to know about everything. From the hunting strategies of trapdoor spiders to the pack behaviors of wolves, from the problem-solving abilities of octopuses to the endurance hunting techniques of early humans. During a brief break, Ta-Wu brought He-Jin a cup of earth coffee from their supplies. "Did you expect any of this?" he asked quietly. He-Jin watched the activity in the room. Holographic displays showed Earth's predators from various angles, while alien scientists discussed hunting strategies that had evolved over millions of years. "No," she admitted. "I thought they might be surprised, maybe even worried. I didn't expect them to be so excited." The primary cataloger approached them again, its translator device now adjusted to show more respect in its tone. "Dr. Kim, there is one more matter we need to discuss." It paused, its large eyes focusing on her. "The Galactic Council has requested an immediate update to all diplomatic protocols regarding Earth." "Is that a problem?" He-Jin asked. "No," the primary cataloger said. "It is an opportunity. You see, worlds with significant predator influence often develop unique perspectives on problem-solving and adaptation. The Council believes Earth's experience with diverse predator evolution might make humans particularly valuable in helping solve certain galactic challenges." Before He-Jin could respond, a commotion near the door drew their attention. A group of aliens entered, wearing the distinctive markings of university teachers. "Dr. Kim," one called out, "we represent the Combined Educational Institutes. Would you consider giving a series of lectures about Earth's predator evolution? Our students need to understand how a world can produce such diverse hunting strategies." He-Jin looked at Ta-Wu and Sun-Ho, who both nodded encouragingly. "I would be honored," she said. "But I think we should make it a joint project. Earth has many experts in different predator species." The rest of the day passed in a blur of meetings, discussions, and planning sessions. The aliens had moved past their initial shock and were now focused on learning everything they could about Earth's unique evolutionary history. That evening, He-Jin stood at a viewing window, looking out at the stars. The primary cataloger joined her, its devices dimmed for the station's night cycle. "I must admit something," it said quietly. "When we first invited Earth to this conference, it was mainly to appear inclusive. We thought we knew everything about predator evolution." It made a soft humming sound. "We were wrong. Your world has taught us that we need to look more carefully at every world we study." He-Jin nodded. "Earth taught us the same thing." Every time we think we understand our predators, they surprise us with something new. Perhaps that is the real lesson here, the primary cataloger said. Not just about predators, but about the danger of assuming we know everything. As He-Jin prepared to return to her quarters, she received a message on her tablet. The Galactic Council had officially designated Earth as a priority world for scientific exchange. More importantly, they had approved funding for a massive new research station in Earth orbit, dedicated to studying and sharing knowledge about Earth's predator diversity. She showed the message to Ta Wu and Sunho. It looks like we're going to be very busy for the next few years. Sunho grinned. Just wait until they learn about our deep ocean predators. We've only explored about 20% of Earth's oceans. The primary cataloger, overhearing this, made a startled sound. You mean, there's more? He-Jin couldn't help but laugh. There's always more. That's another lesson Earth taught us. The universe is full of surprises. You just have to know how to look for them. As the station's night cycle began, messages continued to flow out across the galaxy. Earth, the little level 3 world that everyone had dismissed, had just changed the way the galaxy thought about predator evolution. And this was only the beginning.